During my solo attempt at the Great Divide, my initial experience was unfavorable, to say the least.
Looks like another fire.
After deciding to carry on into Montana, I was met with more kindness and hospitality than a guy like me deserves.
I'm just blown away right now.
Up to this point, my idea of what this trail would be like has been completely shattered. With a large storm forecasted to make this trail a bit unfavorable yet again, I plan to ride my largest day yet, in hopes I can beat the storm to the Tetons. I've always relied on my body to just take a beating. If I throw enough calories and water at it, enough will stick to get the job done. It might suck, but I can generally make the miles. I think there's a Subway on my route today. I'm getting a footlong, baby. Tee me up. Happy Gilmore style. Cold cut combo right to the mouth. Let's do this. I've been really struggling with the fact that even when I'm being efficient with my time off the bike, I still can't cover the distances that I'd imagined day to day.
Red Rock Pass. If everything goes to plan, I'll be in 3 states today. I'll be in Montana, Idaho, and Wyoming. That's like one of the weirdest town moments I've ever had. Normally they're quite nice. That all started out with getting immensely sick from extremely spicy tacos. Couldn't even contain myself. I had to lay down on the ground. After I vomited a little bit behind a store, and eating the biggest corn dog I've ever seen. Randomly stumbling upon a fair. Pretty good time.
I've had more than a couple long days saved by a corn dog, and I've had even more derailed by tacos. I'm glad no one stole my bike while I was sweating those bad boys out. I have a foot long strapped to the handlebars, and I'm ready to get to Wyoming.
I've crossed 1,000 miles, which is huge. Got 1,700 more to go. Just an absolutely insane day. Over 100 miles. I think it's 105 total. Montana, Idaho, Wyoming. I don't know why that's so satisfying to me.
I'm in no hurry to go out in that. That's for sure. It's not even 8. It's not that late, so.
And we wait. Hear the birds and see the sun. Side to side with our feet done. Oh, the good times just begun.
Not very encouraging that it's raining either.
We know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life.
Pretty wet and slow ride. The gravel slowed me down by 20% at least. It was soggy. A little bit of sunshine really makes the day that much better.
Doing a 16-hour day yesterday really helped me get ahead. It did not stop raining for over 48 hours. My buddy's homemade truck camper was a perfect place to hang my hat through the storm. He also let me eat as much as I wanted, and I was able to double my shower count. Thanks for the hospitality, Cam. Although I've technically been alone for a while, I'm always finding ways to distract myself. The riding is a major part of that. It was great I was able to cover 100 miles, and a relief to get the distance when I need it. But in hindsight, I just really didn't want to take a rest day solo, and I couldn't imagine waiting out a full day of rain alone. I think it's safe to say we all crave human connection, but I also came out here to connect more with myself. Being challenged when you're completely alone feels very different. There's no one there to hold you accountable. So it's on you to make tough choices or self-motivate. And I'm starting to think I'm motivating myself to do longer days to avoid being at camp by myself. I really don't generally take the time at camp to make a fire, especially when I'm camping alone. Today I had the time. It's pretty cozy. It's a beautiful night. Even though biking is technically more challenging, I think I've been using it as a crutch to avoid myself.
Best thing for scraping mud. Tent stake. I think my financial downfall on this trip is going to be that I cannot resist a gas station microwave burrito and these fruit pies. Can't stop. I have food. I just love little microwave burritos. Couldn't really say I was in a hurry today. I'm at the top of Tagwati Pass. This is the highest pass so far. It's on the edge of the Wind River Range. I'm heading to Pinedale tomorrow night where I have a warm shower house. I'm really excited to meet those folks. This is amazing. Very unsuspecting. No one here. Once again, like many of the beautiful places I've been on this trail so far, there's no one here. Just met a super nice guy at the last campsite, and he hands me this bag of candy and snacks. Super nice of him to do that. Really lovely. He goes, "You're gonna need that because what's coming up ahead of you." He's like, "It's so steep, you're gonna have to walk the bike." Trail conditions are definitely rough. Hey, Bear. I just ran into 3 more hunters. They said they just saw Mama Grizz right here. They said up and over the top, they saw probably 5 or 6 grizzly bears last week and a pack of wolves, about 7 wolves. So I can say that I'm thoroughly creeped out, and I'm definitely going over the summit and away. I wonder if the bear and wolves can smell that I've been surviving off of gas station pies and burritos. I'm not good eating, okay? You'd much rather have an elk. Saw a bunch of them earlier. I'm gross. Don't eat me. The opposite of vegan. Those elk are vegan as they come. Delicious, tender, flavorful. On the other hand, full of toxins. Withering away, sweaty and gross. It's just panoramic. Straight beauty. This is incredible. Today is by far the muddiest day, the most standing water. All that rain that we got on Sunday and Monday into Tuesday really made things a bit moist. I hope I get to camp before dark. Beautiful sunset. Great day, great views. But I'm not at camp yet. Hopefully I find something in the next 30 minutes before it gets completely dark. Great news. Warming shelter. Things are looking good. I'll unload. I'm gonna stay inside. Not really water, so I'm glad I stocked up. Sometimes when you're riding, you feel like the luckiest person alive. Nice warm evening here in the Strawberry Safety Shelter. Heading down to Pinedale. vibes have been great. The last couple days, the views have been immaculate. I'm staying in this super cool little tent. Can't complain. Man, do I love warm showers. Nothing makes me happier. Had a lovely dinner with this host. While we were cooking dinner, there was a lighter on the counter that was a little too close to the stove. And it exploded. It was so funny.
The entire divide is just a massive collection of hills, one leading into the next. With the exception of the Great Divide Basin, it's located in Wyoming's Red Desert. And the Continental Divide splits and goes around a massive hole in the ground. Water can be very scarce here due to the fact that standing water cannot drain into the ocean. I wish I'd known any of that coming into it. It's clear I'm in a desert. All I know is that it has a relatively flat elevation profile, and in my naive optimism, that meant easy miles.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been thinking, like, how epic this whole thing has been. Coming up to the halfway point, I'm just, like, blown away. I even get to do this. When I was a kid, I used to read the wilderness magazines all the time, and, like, Outside magazine, and I just dreamt of all these, like, really, really wild places that I've been lucky enough to experience. I've kind of missed a lot of great moments just being stressed, trying to make sure it all happens, it all gets done. And realistically, I couldn't be more lucky to be out here. I really couldn't.
It's a bit on the breezy side this morning. It does not feel like it's a tailwind. Yesterday I had great road conditions and a tailwind for most of the day. I was loving life. I don't know if we're going to get so lucky today. I wish on this one I could say I was a victim of circumstance.
I'm making my way into the Great Divide Basin. We are definitely into some desert territory, some high desert as well. We're over 7,000 feet. There is a bit of rain on the forecast.
I had a feeling when I passed the last water source and didn't get any, I wasn't being very smart. I have a water source that I can utilize at lunch. And slowly, as the wind chipped away at me, my lunch water stop turned into my dinner stop.
Lots of thunder and lightning. You can hear it out there. A ripping storm.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling this heavy load got under your skin. Hauling, you got the white knuckles holding all the time.
The headwind was unbearable, but I need to find water for camp.
Heading for a collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die. Breathe in.
Didn't clear nearly as much distance as I was hoping today, and the camp where I was gonna camp, there's a creek here, and it's completely dry other than a bit of mud. Right now I have about 1.5 liters of water. It's not supposed to rain for too long, so we'll see.
Dinner went from a warm meal to eating a Cliff Bar in the rain.
Well, it's safe to say I'm having a very bad time. Somehow this storm has just stuck with me. It was only supposed to be here for like an hour. Wow. The wind is kicking. The rain is still going. This storm will not fuck off. It's pouring rain. I brought all the food in here. I'm very unhappy, but I'm in the tent, so. I don't really know what happened today. It feels like I was having a very good day,
and it just rained a little bit like it was supposed to, and then I couldn't get away from that storm, and it's still raining. I still have 44 miles till my next water source. Headwind and up, sand, then the rain, then the headwind with the rain, and then after that sign where I was chit-chatting, I pulled away and I broke my rear harness for my stuff sack. And I forgot to put the stuff sack back in at all. I just rode away with no stuff sack on it like an idiot. And the straps were hanging down and got caught up in my hub and ripped right off the thing. So I'm thirsty, I'm tired, and I'm cold. I've got a long way to go. Everything is very sandy and everything is very wet. Got a chunk of riding before I get to some water, but I think we're gonna make it. I ripped this strap straight off this harness. Oh, yes. Flowing water. I'm so happy to find some water. Jeez. So thirsty this morning. I haven't even had coffee today. And I'm gonna eat a giant cookie.
Just over halfway on the whole route and got a little cocky. Got a little bit overzealous with the water and the maps and all that. It's a good lesson that I just need to take care of myself. It's not about speed, it's about carry that extra bit of water. That 2 pounds isn't gonna make a big difference in the long run, except for when you need it. Speaking of taking care of myself, I'm at McDonald's. Health food. For dinner tonight, even better, I have already cooked ribs and 2 donuts. I'm on a health kick. I'll tell you what, I'm getting healthier by the day. I have a feeling this campground isn't what it used to be, but it's more than enough for a guy like me. Something I should keep in the forefront of my mind as I do these things is that no feeling is final. Nothing lasts forever. Had a couple of real good days there in a row. I was very lucky. Great road conditions, easy miles, and then I had one afternoon of not so great. I'm not gonna let that get me down. We're over halfway, heading to Colorado. I'm gonna go see some really good friends in Steamboat. I'm looking forward to that. And not complain too much. Something about this desert just smells like pee. I don't know what it is. Pretty bummed about that. Well, that desert was an unexpected side of Wyoming. As I head further south, I start to see aspen groves. It's a welcome sign that Colorado is right around the corner. A little bit of a bigger day than I was expecting. About 12 hours on the bike.
I just got to play one of my favorite games of all time, which is Eat Everything. Because I know tomorrow I'm going to be in Steamboat. I'm cozy in the tent. It is cold today. Oh my God, the sun is coming out. Oh, it feels good to have that on my face right now. Steamboat is another place I've been lucky enough to call home. I've been looking forward to it for the entire trail. Although I've had many, it was my only planned multi-day rest. A little bit over halfway and able to catch up with some close friends.
I really went above and beyond today. I've gone 3 miles in the wrong direction. I get some real problems, Garrett. Life's fine.
With the highest passes still ahead of me, I also need to consider the impending winter. It's already getting well below freezing at night. If we have a large snowstorm, it would mean skipping some of the most beautiful passes on the trail.